I'm Prim Saripapat. Headlining this year's All-NBA First Team is Cavaliers star forward LeBron James and Warriors star guard and the league MVP Stephen Curry. Both earned unanimous selections to the first team. And our NBA insider Tom Haberstroh joins us to offer his thoughts on this. So Tom, joining James and Curry, you've got James Harden, Anthony Davis, as well as Marc Gasol. So what are your thoughts on the first team?
Well, I can't really quibble with any of them. Marc Gasol is a totally, deserving candidate for the center, which is probably the only position there that there might be some doubt of who deserved it this year. But there's so many centers that I think a lot of people had a tough time filling out the card because you had to put a center there. And so do you put Marc Gasol or do you put Pau Gasol, his older brother? Or do you put DeMarcus Cousins? And basically they split all the votes, and it pushed Kawhi Leonard off the first team, second team, and third team. Kawhi Leonard didn't even make an All-NBA team despite winning Defensive Player of the Year and scoring 16.5 points per game. So he was definitely a victim of the fact that there are so many centers that were on these ballots. And Marc Gasol certainly was a great choice as the starting or on the first team as a two-way center.
Yeah, regarding Kawhi Leonard, that's a pretty big surprise. And speaking of that, the league also announced the All-NBA second and third teams. Did anything else surprise you?
Yeah, it was pretty surprising to see that, LeBron James was the only small forward on the list. In the first three teams, he was the only one that was at the small forward position. Kevin Durant, Paul George being injured, had something to do with that, but Kawhi being off the board is really a surprise. But the biggest surprise to me, Prim, was that no Hawks player made it to any of the three teams. They won 60 games in the regular season, and they didn't have a single player on the all NBA. Al Horford was probably the closest, but he really, I think he deserved to get on one of the teams, but he was snubbed. So a lot of Western Conference players on this list: LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, DeMarcus Cousins, they made the list, but it's stunning to me that none of the Hawks did.
I suppose that subscribes to the notion that the Hawks really are a starless team. And at the end of the day, there were three teams with multiple players selected for all NBA honors. Those were the Cavs, the Warriors. They both had two players, and then the Clippers had three players selected. All right, for more on this story, keep it logged on to our NBA page on ESPN.com. Tom Haberstroh, thank you for your time today.